Hi guys, today I'm going to demonstrate the Rapid Mapper, which is an XY scanner for the Dolphin 2 system. So in the box we got a linear X rail with 2 suction cups on it, and we got a Y rail. We got 2 encoders, one for X and one for Y, and then we got some equipment here to do the mounting. The hardware setup of the Rapid Mapper is quite easy. You start with the X linear rail. It comes with 2 suction cups, and you just pump these until you achieve the suction that you want. So this creates the vacuum. Make sure this one's solid. And then you pick up the Y rail. You start by putting the Y rail on top of this mounting piece in the middle. You first find level it, and then you use your fingers to tighten the screws first. Then you pick up this Allen key, use an Allen key bit here, and you actually have a momentum of 4 Newton meter on this one. So you want this to be sturdy so that you can use it over a shift or several shifts or even several days. So then you just turn it until it clicks. The next thing is mounting the encoders. There are 2 encoders, one for X and Y. It doesn't really matter which one you mount where, because they work the same way. So you have this M screw here that is going to be attached to this hole here in this mountain piece on the middle. So for this one, you do not want to tighten as much as 4 Newton meters. You just want it snug so that it would roll quite easily. Then we do the other one. Same thing here. You screw this one through the hole on the x-axis. Just a little bit there. And then make sure the cables are facing away from your inspection area so that they can stay clear of all mechanical movements. The next step is to put the encoder cables to the encoder inputs. Now, if you want to follow the default setup in the software, you connect the Y encoder or the Y direction encoder to input 1. And then you do the X direction encoder to input 2. So plug them in and then you tighten. If you mix these up, these can be altered in the software, so don't worry about it. Last piece of the hardware setup is to mount the TRM on the fastening bracket here. So you use 2 of these black screws that comes with the kit and the Torx screwdriver. You take off the top lid and you place the transducer under the bracket, and then you tighten these screws into the holes of the top of the TRM. One little detail to notice on the Rapid Mapper is that it can be used in 2 ways actually. You can either set it up to free scan on X and Y like this, but it also have these little plungers here that kind of flips into these dents that you see in the Y rail and the X rail. And by doing this, you can actually move this one in 1 inch at a time in X and Y direction. And this moves nicely together with the software. So you can kind of scan in a snake pattern to build your image. This works well in conditions where you want to maintain good coupling, and it's better to do a grid tool stitching rather than slide. For example, on a curved object with a little more complex geometry. But today we're going to use it as a regular scanner like this. Setting up the Rapid Mapper in software is actually quite simple. I got my configuration for the ultrasound image already done for this sample. So I go to mapping. It's preset to manual stitching usually. And then I choose Rapid Mapper here. There's different hardware versions of the Rapid Mapper. And today I have the Mark II version. So I'm going to choose that. I want to enable FMC stitching. And then I can see that it's already set to 2 axes. And I want an area of 50 by 50 centimeters. I also want, if I start scanning now, you can see that I have a vertical rectangle. I want to scan vertical, so I want actually a horizontal rectangle. So I'm going to choose, instead of 5 times 32, I want to choose 25 times 10, for example. So then I have this wide area here. Now, to check if X and Y is correct and the direction of the left and right and up and down is correct, I start moving my my system. So moving up here now, I can actually see that my picture goes down, and moving down, it goes up. Let me try left and right. If I go right, it moves to the right, and if I go left, it moves to the left. So actually it's only my up and down that is wrong. So I can simply click on this flipping up and down button. This will restart everything. And then I can see that now up and down is correct and right and left is correct. The number of ticks per millimeter is already preset correctly here in the settings, since I chose this Rapid Mapper setup. Okay, now we're ready to start scanning. So that completes our overview on the setup and scanning process of the Rapid Mapper.